Hey guys! Welcome back channel, it's me Austin.
And I'm Lexi. As some of you guys may know, we have been a little MIA from posting content, and you probably saw our TikTok and our Instagram where I posted that I did find a lump in my boob.
We wanted to sit down today and go over with you guys what's been happening, why we haven't been posting, and what's going on going forward. So today's gonna be a little update of
What's been going on?
Of literally everything.
It's going to get a little TMI. The body does some pretty nasty stuff and there's something wrong with it, so let's just try to keep it as positive as we can in the comments.
But at the same time, I will be in the back making cookies. So there will be some positivity in this video.
What kind of cookies are you making?
I am making chocolate chip Texas style cookies. So they're massive.
Cool, okay.
Hopefully I don't mess up.
So I think the first thing we have to talk about is how did I find this? Not gonna lie to you, we were in the middle of something a little intimate. We use humor as coping in here. So we were being intimate and Austin had felt something that was not right. And he was like, what's this?
I was, playing with the tatas, and I literally felt like a hard, not even like a rock, a hard bump. As if someone put a golf ball in Lexi's boob. And it scared me.
So our first reaction, it was literally, it was going from extreme pleasure to extreme panic in 2 seconds. I did the one thing that they tell you always not to do. I went on Google and immediately Googled all my symptoms. And everything was basically you have cancer. Immediately, this is a little bit of a sensitive topic for Austin. I know some of you may not know, some of you probably do know, Austin's mother did pass away about 3 years ago due to cervical cancer. So I think when everything kind of started, it was all that trauma that I went through for all those years came back up, and I literally thought the one person that I was ready to spend the rest of my life with was gonna end up in the same situation as her. The worst thing about this was, okay, I do have to come clean about something. We didn't just find this last week. We found this beginning of October. And at the time, I really tried to push it away because we were supposed to go to LA. We had literally the entire month planned out for us. We had so many work events planned. We were gonna see people. I was supposed to see people I haven't seen in years. I wanted to go on this trip. So I pushed it back and was like, I'm just gonna hope that it's gonna go away. And you know what? It actually did. The size went from golf ball to maybe a quarter of a golf ball.
So at that point, we literally thought it was hormones. Lexi got her period, and we thought, because we were researching, one of the side effects of getting your period is inflammation in the breast, and even sometimes a small lump.
For a while, it actually got smaller. And then one day it went from 0 to 100. All of a sudden, I couldn't even wear a bra. T-shirts hurt. It had gotten so big, it hurt so bad.
There was even suck on her nipples.
Okay. Again, this is a little TMI. There was a lot of discoloration, a lot of bruising, there was nipple discharge, which is just really bad in most any case. So at this point, I immediately started looking for a PCP. The problem with finding a PCP right now is that COVID has completely messed up the medical world. Combined with the fact that we've moved 3 times in the last 3 years and we haven't settled down, it has been extremely hard for us to find a doctor. At this point in time, all PCPs, and especially OBGYNs, I have to book 6 months in advance to get an appointment. The nearest appointment at my OBGYN near me is April 15th.
We even looked at New York as well because we were willing to do the 3-hour drive just to get Lexi to a doctor. Couldn't find a single thing.
The only thing that I could do at the moment was go to urgent care. And I really didn't want to go to urgent care. You hear so many horror stories about it. They're trained, but they're not real doctors. What if I get a guy? I already know that I'm gonna have to strip down, show him everything. This doctor is going to have to see my boobs. He's going to have to touch me in uncomfortable ways. I don't want a guy, especially someone from urgent care.
When we got to the point where we literally couldn't find a doctor, I said to Lexi, I understand the severity of what you're worried about, but this is a situation where we have to go get it checked out immediately. So we just woke up one day and we just said we have to go to urgent care.
So that was last Thursday.
The butter's all f***ed up. I'm having trouble with the butter.
Did you not melt it all the way?
It said to do it at room temperature. So I thought that meant just throw a stick of butter in the bowl.
What? No, you're supposed to put the butter, you're supposed to melt the butter first.
I know, I messed up. So we're improvising.
I'm actually very glad that we did go to urgent care. The nurse practitioner who saw me was very nice, very gentle. She made me feel so much better because I was definitely shitting my pants in there. So the nurse practitioner is examining me. I'm telling her about my symptoms. She literally puts one hand on my right boob and goes, "This feels like a fibroid." So a fibroid.
I did it. I cracked an egg on my own.
So a fibroid is like a growth made of smooth muscle cells and like fibrous connective tissue. It's basically just tissue. But when it's in your chest, it's referred to as fibrocystic breast disease, which I know sounds a little icky and scary, and trust me, yeah, it is. But it's basically just growths that develop in your breasts because of hormonal changes like stress, diet, whatever. It's super painful sometimes, basically a nuisance. There's no cure for it. It just goes away when your hormone levels balance out. So she's feeling me up and she's like, I'm decently confident that this is fibrocystic breast disease. And then she even feels like my other boob and she's like, you know, you have a little one in here too. And I'm like, are you kidding me? But then I tell her, I'm like, by the way, like I'm having like discoloration and bruising and discharge, which I know like is actually pretty bad. And she's like, that's what concerns me. She looked at me and she said, you need to go get an ultrasound.
The reason why Lexi has to go get a ultrasound over a mammogram, so the tissue that's inflamming in her breast would literally just show up as tissue in general in a mammogram. Meanwhile, an ultrasound will depict every little surface area around it.
So I'm like, an ultrasound, okay. And she says, it feels like fibrocystic breast disease, but because you have all these other symptoms that don't really intertwine with that, you need to make that a priority. Like you need to go get an ultrasound immediately. And that is basically how I left urgent care on Thursday. Just being like, it feels like this, but also like you're describing symptoms that aren't intertwined with that. So I'm not really sure.
Like we walked out feeling a little bit better, but like we still have a lot of questions that need to be answered.
As of right now, we are looking for a doctor. The nurse had recommended us going to the ER, but going to the ER will cost thousands and thousands of dollars. I don't have solid answers. I just have speculations.
But the good thing about that is like these speculations at least are more positive than negative.
I wake up every day and I'm like, did it get bigger? Did it get smaller? Am I in pain? Like, is there discharge? Am I bruising? It's making it damn near impossible to make like good content.
We took so long, and now that it got to something as serious as this for her, like she's everything to me. Like I can't go through it again.
I feel so bad because I don't know how to tell them properly without it being like me, like hitting me, feel bad for me when like
say that.
That's not
literally
that's not
say,
what I want them to feel though. Like I want them to be able to come to our channel and be happy, and I don't
say that. Because what YouTubers never do. That.
It's just hard to tell you guys because I feel bad, and I know that I shouldn't feel bad, but I do. My intention with any of this isn't to make people feel bad for me, but at the same time, like, you guys deserve to know. Like, we've put ourselves in a position where you guys deserve to know, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't think that I could actually be doing any of this if I didn't have Austin with me. He was the one person that pushed me to actually go into urgent care because like I'm just sitting there being like, I'd rather have no answer than hear something scary, and I know a lot of people are like that, but he made me feel really safe. And
I'll never let anything happen to you. I'll never leave your side. I don't care what happens.
I'm so fortunate to have him. I've wanted to update you guys sooner, but this is all the info that I have right now. I don't have solid answers until I go actually get an ultrasound. We're gonna try to keep as positive as we possibly can, positive thoughts, positive mindset. We will absolutely update you guys as soon as we actually hear more info.
And our big concern also is like not making content for you guys. Like the biggest struggle for not even just Lexi, like myself too, because like Lexi's my #1 priority, but second is work.
You guys, yeah.
And it's such a hard balance for the both of us to make this work. Don't jiggle, jiggle. It folds. You could watch me dribble, dribble for sure.
I figured we can try to end on a better note, so I'm not, oh my God.
And we will be back in 16 to 18 minutes. I think they're ready.
Oh my God. They look nicely crisped. Wow, baby. Oh my gosh.
So good. Oh, so good. Not good? Thank you guys so much for watching.
Thank you guys. We will try to keep you updated as best we can.
And we'll see you guys on Friday.
Love you.
Bye.